You no doubt heard of loyalty card schemes. You might even be using one with your business, but I bet you haven't heard of this clever behavioural science trick that will help engage and encourage your customers even more. Stick with us, I want to explain. Sunlight dappled through the leaves, painting a dancing pattern on the floor of the Three Bears' breakfast nook. Goldilocks, clutching a familiar loyalty card, pushed open the door, the aroma of coffee and cinnamon swirling around her. Papa Bear, a burly fellow with a thick beard, thick as a winter's coat, looked up from behind the counter, a grin splitting his face. Wow, 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 look who it is, back for another taste sensation. Goldilocks, a touch wiser from her last visit, offered a tight smile.
Good morning, Mr. Bear. Indeed, the porridge was quite delightful.
Her eyes flicked to the loyalty card in her hand, emblazoned with a cartoon bear holding up 10 bowls of porridge, with 3 small paw prints that were stamped onto the card from a previous visit.
Ah, yes.
Papa Bear boomed, his voice warm.
The loyalty program. A little something to reward our returning customers.
He winked.
You'll see, you've already got 3 stamps closer to a free bowl of porridge. With honey, of course.
Goldilocks raised her eyebrow. This wasn't quite how she remembered the loyalty card from yesteryear. Many moons ago, she remembered having a loyalty card with 8 blank spaces on it.
But Mr. Bear, she began curiously, wasn't it 8 stamps before?
Papa Bear chuckled, a twinkle in his eye. Ah, that was the old system, my dear.
You see, we've dabbled in a bit of behavioural science.
Intrigued, Goldilocks perched on a stool.
Behavioural science?
Precisely.
Papa Bear leaned forward, his voice conspiratorial.
Studies show that people are much more likely to complete a loyalty card if they've already had some progress. With 2 free stamps, you're closer to the finish line, making the goal of 10 stamps seem more achievable. It's a little nudge in the right direction, shall we say.
Goldilocks pondered this.
So you're tricking people into collecting more stamps?
No.
Papa Bear roared with laughter.
Not tricking, my dear, but encouraging. The old system felt like a long, empty road. Now, with a head start, the journey feels more rewarding.
Goldilocks tapped her chin, a sly smile spreading across her face.
Clever, Mr. Bear, clever indeed. Perhaps I will have that porridge with honey after all. I'll keep collecting these stamps.
As she savoured the warm, sweet porridge, she couldn't help but admire Papa Bear's cunning. Maybe getting lost in the woods wasn't such a bad thing after all. Not only had she had a delicious breakfast, but she'd also learned a valuable lesson about the power of a well-designed loyalty program. And who knew, maybe with a few more visits, she'd snag that free porridge after all. So that's the end of our story, but only the beginning of our explanation. So what did Mr. Bear do? What was his clever trick? Well, he had 2 loyalty cards, an old loyalty scheme where you had to collect 8 stamps and a no loyalty scheme which looked like you had to collect 10. But at the point of the purchase, he gave 2 free stamps to Goldilocks. So the card itself was exactly the same number of stamps that were required to complete, but Goldilocks on the new card felt like she was already on that journey. She'd already made some progress towards achieving her free porridge. And that ultimately is going to encourage her to continue that journey and get to the end of it. So that's the clever trick. Have you got a loyalty program? Have you been using loyalty cards? I would love to hear about whether you used any of this. We are a business, if you've not heard of us, we're Nexus Creative. And if you're enjoying the content about marketing, but you'd like to know more about marketing or you'd like some support with achieving your business goals, then please do reach out to us. We've put our email in the description and we would love to work with you and see whether we can help you achieve your business goals. If you'd like to know some more marketing tricks and hacks, we've got this video here.